Hi guys, how are we going to hide our brothers and sisters who are disadvantaged in some way? Most of them would be there are those that are physically disabled, and we keep hiding them in our homes because we don't want them to be seen. Out there, we don't want people to know that we have disabled sisters, we have disabled brothers, we have disabled children, I mean sons and daughters, and we keep hiding them. We hide them in our rooms. There's one who was tied by a rope in her bedroom for years. And I saw that sometimes back on YouTube, and I was like, oh my God, this parent decided to hide his disabled child or their disabled child for years in the bedrooms because they don't want to be known that they have children that are disabled. Guys, I don't think this is right, and I don't know about you, but I know that when God gives you a child, this child is a blessing. It doesn't matter how they look. It doesn't matter what disabilities they have. It doesn't matter what disadvantages they have in their physical being. It doesn't matter. These are children, and they're supposed to be loved with all the love of God. Do you know this child is the one that is supposed to be loved most amongst all your children? This one who's disabled is the one who's supposed to be loved most. And I want to tell you for sure that when you love this child, you call unto yourself a blessing that you'll not even be able to contain. There are people who think that people are going to laugh at them because their children are disabled. There are those that think, okay, people are going to look down on them because they have disabled children, and they think, okay, let's hide this child. There are even those that rush to get other children immediately after them realizing that the child they have gotten is disabled in some way, and they get to get another child immediately so that they are able to show off. If God, God feeling that other child is okay, they are able to show off that particular one and confuse people that maybe that this is the only child we have, or these are the only children we have, but that other one is not, is hidden somewhere. Guys, I want to tell you something today. If you ever hide a disabled child, if you ever disassociate yourself with a disabled child that God has given you, do you know why God gave you this child? Do you know that this child is a blessing? Because there are many people who don't even have children. But God has found it okay to give you a child. This child may be, okay, a very special case, and I also don't want to be ignorant of the fact that parents who have got special kids go through so much, especially when bringing them up. They go to special schools, that is if they are of the school-going age. But even when they are young, very young, as babies, I know those parents go through so much, and it becomes a bit too hard for them. But don't you ever think that there's something that you ever do to bring up this child that God doesn't see? And don't you ever think that God gave you this burden without knowing why He's giving it unto you? And don't you ever think that you can hide a being that is God created, that is created by God? Don't you ever think that? Because one time, it will be known that you have been hiding this child, and let me tell you, it is not good. It is not a blessing. Expose and not expose. Bring this child out. Let people know that this child is that way and that way. Let people even pray for this child, because there are some cases that have been reversed through prayer. You may think it's a joke, but there are cases that have been reversed through prayer. Let this child go to a special school, because let me tell you, you are not going to live like a stone forever and ever. Those days that you will not be there, how will this child manage on his own if you never took him to school? You kept him in the bedrooms and hid him all the years. You never even allowed him to go out there and go to special schools and be taught. And there are those people with special disabilities who go to special schools, and they end up making something out of their lives. So when you will not be there, who is going to take care of this child? And that time, this is not going to be a child. This is going to be a grown person who will be maybe wanting to get his own family or her own family and will be required to cater for them irrespective of their disabilities. So my take is this: do not hide these children. Take them to churches, take them to special schools. I know it may be expensive. If unable to pay, you can always ask for help, but do not ever hide these children. These children are a gift from God. They are blessed. They are going to become a blessing to you also, because there's nothing as good as receiving a blessing from what God has given you. When God gives you something, He gives you that thing with a reason. And already if it's a human being like a child who is disabled, He gave this child to you with a reason, and He knows how He's going to handle it, how He's going to help you handle this case throughout your life. So guys, do not hide special children. Take them out to schools, take them to churches, talk about them, show them proudly to your friends, and pray for them. And you never know with God. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.